Listening to Our Daily Show with CJ Nasello on RiverBender.com.
Then that time I went and said goodbye. Now I'm back and not ashamed to cry. Ooh, baby, here I am, signed, sealed, delivered, I'm yours. Here I am, baby.
Here we go, 10:27 on this Thursday morning in downtown Alton. That's the 12th day of October. Nothing too crazy going on. Just a couple of bestsellers in studio. How are we doing?
Wait a minute. Number one international bestseller.
That's right.
Yes.
Nina D'Angelo and Tara Hurst. How are we doing?
We are doing well, thank you.
So I just saw you on Tuesday.
I am making the rounds.
Well, this is exciting. So when you first came on a couple weeks ago, you were just ready to go into radio silence really on this book. And then it seems like, man, everyone just came out of the woodwork to support this. How are you both feeling?
Oh, incredible. I'm so grateful and just humbled at the support that we got through the whole launch, for sure.
And now to get to international best-selling status is not an easy feat. So I just got to ask you, how did that come together? I mean, was this a grassroots campaign? Was it more of a marketing expenditure? How did this happen?
I guess a little bit of both, really, if you think about it that way. The publishing company that we went through has has a setup that you follow, right? And I can remember we hit bestseller on the evening of Thursday, which was the first day of launch. And I was trying to text Tara, and I'm talking like 30 minutes or so went by, and I'm like, where are you? I called her. I'm like, this is not time to go MIA. Where are you?
So the funny thing about this whole thing is both times that we hit, I was at Pride working out. And I literally came out to my phone and I was like, oh my gosh. And so, Thursday when we hit bestseller, I was, it was like phone blowing up. Everyone's like, where are you? And then same thing Saturday morning when we got the news that we hit number one international bestseller.
Well, and too, I'm superstitious, so I'd be going back to the gym 4 times a day just seeing what happens
Maybe
next.
you'll find the lottery numbers there.
Maybe.
Man, I was so bummed. I thought I had it. I thought I had him this time. Maybe in the next 40 years, I'm a billionaire. With that, I'm going to win the lottery. That's my manifestation.
There you go. Love it.
With that being said, though, I mean, take me through this. So, international bestseller, and to get that accolade, really, what's that take? What are the requirements for that? Just because I'm kind of curious.
You just have to stay in front of the book in front of you in the categories that you're in. I mean, literally, that's what it is.
Yeah.
It's not number of copies that you've sold or any of that. It is staying in front of the books that are in front of you in your categories.
Well, that's even more impressive then.
So I think one of the coolest moments was, and we hadn't even hit number one international at that point, whenever they sent us, because they were, the coolest part about the whole process was watching where we hit, when we hit, and we were constantly getting updates.
Yeah.
When we got the screenshot that we had beat out Arnold Schwarzenegger, Oprah, and Kevin Hart in a category, that was so fantastic.
I was like, bragging rights, ladies. Make sure you use that in your marketing for sure.
No kidding. I mean, that's huge. Just incredible. Now, what's it feel like for the group as a whole? I mean, because there was individuals that were sharing their stories for the first time, and all these different components. I mean, what's the overall group's feeling with just how widely this was received?
I think we have some ladies that are they're overwhelmed with joy and glad they took the step and glad that they were willing and ready to get out there and share their story. We have some authors that we really haven't heard from yet, and that's okay because processing takes everybody a certain amount of time, and we're not all the same when it comes to processing. And then I was a number one international bestseller before this project. I was in another project that actually hit number one international as well. And I'm not going to dumb it down or anything. And I really wanted this for the ladies because I understand that first accomplishment in that space is so overwhelming. I mean, you feel love and you feel gratitude and you feel humbled and you feel all the things that come along with accomplishing such a great accolade like that. That's really what I wanted for them. And on Thursday night when we were just at bestseller, I'm not going to lie, I might have had the itty bitty shitty committee going off in my head a little bit about, can we do this? Can we do this? I woke up the next morning really early, like 4:30 in the morning, and I hopped on Amazon and I started looking at the book and I saw we had made number one in 2 of our categories. So I screenshot it, sent it to the publisher, and I'm like, does this mean what I think it means? And then she texted back and she's like, oh my God, it's happening. Also, don't tell anybody yet. So, and at that moment, I was pretty confident that we did it. We accomplished it.
Well, and I think too, and what I think is even more incredible about this isn't, somebody writing a fiction story about, a true crime novel and all that good stuff. I mean, these are your stories. This is real. This is raw, and that's what I mean, to have this accolade, I mean, is 10 times to me more important than somebody that's writing a fiction story. I mean, these are real life stories and examples.
I think for me, and I would say that I'm probably speaking for a lot of the authors as well. I think the most incredible thing has been, after it was released, all the messages that are coming in from people reading the stories and saying how they can relate to my story or someone else's story, or they actually talk about a certain author's story and how it's exactly where they are and the fact that they read how they were able to navigate it. It's really been incredible. So we're part of a Facebook private group to where we're able to share that with each other to just show like, hey, listen, this is why we did this.
Just incredible. And too, I mean, just here locally, I mean, just on the local Facebook posts and everything, to see business community leaders coming together and supporting this, is there any difference of feeling, the satisfaction of a great review from someone you've never met before, and then coming back here and seeing someone you can bump into at the grocery store or go to business meetings with? Does that have a little bit more importance to you, or are all of them the same?
I feel like they're all important, whether it's a local person or it's somebody from across the world that's leaving a review for us, or reading them and being, moved by the stories and being empowered that we all go through dark seasons. Yeah. And it's okay. There's always light at the end of the tunnel. You just get to surround yourself with people who are going to help you through it. It's
just incredible. I mean, truly incredible. And then, Tara, I just wanted to ask you, too. I mean, just walking down, the street, have you had people just coming up going, man, this is just incredible, Tara?
It has been a lot of fun.
Good answer.
It has been a lot of fun. It's interesting because... and I think we all kind of go through this as well. You don't hear from people you think you should. And then you hear from people that you had no idea it was coming. And so I think that has been one of the biggest lessons of mine personally is to just realize like the purpose and reason of me doing this is impact. And it's been very interesting realizing that some of that impact is people that I were never even on my radar.
Yeah.
That's honestly so cool. I mean, that really is just impressive. And on top of that, too, what I think's amazing is the fact that you're doubling down and having the summit coming up on November the 4th. I mean, it really, just to put the book out there, doesn't really do this justice, to bring everyone together and share ideas and build and grow together and empower each other. I mean, that to me is a really big sticking point to this. And this is at Julia's, correct?
Yes, Saturday, November 4th, we'll be down at Julia's with the Perfectly Imperfect Women's Empowerment Summit, 8 to 2.
8 to 2:30.
2:30. We have several local business owners who have come together and sponsored this event. It's going to be incredible. There's 6 speakers, 2 breakout activities, lunch is provided. It also counts for 5.5 continuing ed hours.
Wow.
Yeah, it's amazing. And Alton, so educators that are looking for some hours, Alton has reimbursed a couple attendees already. So reach out to your building admins and look into this, because this is going to be an incredible day. Everyone will walk away with something. They will be impacted on some level.
Yeah.
And with that being said, I think that's a perfect pause right now, because I got to pay one last bill. It's 10:35. I got to take care of a little bit of business. We're going to come back and do all the details in that deep dive on this, because there's only like 40 tickets left, isn't there?
28.
Oh. Uh-oh, better act quick. Hey, before we do that, though, I do want to fill you in on one of my biggest supporters taking care of a little bit of business, and that's Lisa Webb at 3rd Street Realty, that woman-owned but family-operated real estate company that, doesn't treat you like a commission check. We've gone through that real estate process and maybe just any sales expenditure, and all of a sudden you got that agent that's kind of making you feel like you're not really valued, or maybe they just want you to buy that more expensive house to have a nice commission. Lisa Webb's all about education. At 3rd Street Realty, your family comes first. Your family values matter, because they want you to continue making those memories, whether or not you're buying or selling for the billionth time, or like me, buying your first house. I closed with less than $500 because of Lisa. That's how great she is. Or if you're foreclosing or short selling, she is the individual to call. You give them a call today, 618-650-8787 or thirdstrealty.com.
Welcome to Evergreen Place, a community that embodies joyful living, independence, and financial freedom for seniors. If you're looking for a full day of activities or to relax in your apartment, we have you covered. Located on the Alt Memorial campus. To know us is to love us. Experience the difference at Evergreen Place.
Is it time to buy, sell, or even time to consider a short sale of your property? Meet Lisa Webb, owner of Third Street Realty. This local, women-owned, family-operated realty group has over a decade of experience in foreclosures, first-time home buying, and so much more. Third Street Realty prides themselves on holding your hand through the entire process. Let their expertise guide you to your dream home. Visit thirdstrealty.com and start your journey with Lisa Webb today.
Do you need to declutter your space? Time to call me, the Queen of Junk. Since 1993, we have grown to be the leader in residential, commercial, and property management junk removal. At Sparks Junk Removal, we are eco-friendly. We recycle, donate, or repurpose items back into our community. Trash is our last resort to the landfill. Plus, with our all-inclusive service, our crews handle everything from labor to lifting and landfill fees. Give us a call or visit our website, sparksjunkremoval.net, to reclaim your space today.
With over 20 years of experience, Wilson's Tree Service has the expertise to handle all of your tree care needs. Licensed and fully insured, their team of experts are dedicated to providing reliable service. Plus, with a 24-hour emergency service line, Wilson's will always be there for you. Don't risk tackling that timber by yourself. Trust the local professionals at Wilson's Tree Service. Visit treeservicealtonil.org to get started today.
You're listening to Our Daily Show with CJ Nasello on RiverBender.com.
All right now, baby, it's all right now. All right now, baby, it's all right now.
Oh, here we go, 10:39 on a Thursday morning. Nina, Tara, our conversation continues. You know, right off the bat, we were just going and I had to do that live read, and I didn't realize that Lisa Webb is actually sponsoring your event too.
Yeah, she's definitely one of our sponsors. Lisa Webb's amazing. She was actually one of the first ones. I knew her through LBB, and she was on kind of the ground floor when this whole thing started. And she was one of the first ones that signed on to say, you know what, I see your vision, I support your vision, and I'm all in. So
that's
great.
just incredible. Yep. And then on top of that too, we are talking about Saturday, November the 4th, where you need to clear your calendars. Well, 28 left, so 28 of you need to clear your calendars. Perfectly Imperfect Women's Empowerment Summit at Julia's Banquet Center. Take me through the details of this. This is a really immersive day.
Yeah, so we've got, earlier we mentioned 6 phenomenal speakers lined up for the day, each one of them in their own little niche, if you will. We've got some mindset, we've got some health and wellness, we've got some spiritual stuff that we're going to talk about. And our belief is when you have that trifecta and you're working on that, and you're really aligned with all 3 of those things in your life, you can be successful in every single category of your life, whether that's relationships, your career, your family, your finances. It doesn't matter. Fill in the blank, right? Whenever you're aligned in those 3 areas, anything is possible at that point.
Absolutely true. And now, how long did it take to put all this together? Because this is not, some run-of-the-mill, event. I mean, this is a lot of moving parts to it, a lot of components. How long of a setup did this take?
So we, January, I walked in the doors to reserve a day, a time. Had no idea how we were going to do it. I had no speakers. The only thing that I knew 100% was there are 4 of us. We call each other the Soul Sisters, and we basically bounce things off of each other. And I knew I had unwavering support from those other 3 ladies who were just encouraging me to do it. This has been something I've talked about. Gosh, how long have I been talking about this?
It's been a while, yeah.
And they probably were just tired of hearing me say it, and they were just like, do it.
Go do it.
And so the most incredible thing I want to say out of this whole thing is so I did it. I walked in, I picked the day, picked the time, had them send me the contract, and upon getting there, because it still took me a little time after I said I was going to do it till I actually walked in the door. When I went to pay the deposit, what I found out was that Tammy, who is on this group text, she had already paid it for me. And it was one of those things where I was like, oh my gosh. And she believed in this and me and Nina so much that she was like, you know what? I don't want that date to disappear. I don't want you to miss this opportunity because you're second guessing yourself. So it was beautiful. And that's why I think we're both so passionate about this, is because we understand the importance of having a tribe.
Yeah.
And having that person there to, when we're not quite sure of what we're doing or where we're going, it's really nice that someone else sees it when we can't see it in ourselves.
And lovingly points it out to you.
Well, and too, I mean, that
Very
is...
lovingly.
Well, it's so important because, I mean, right now in life, there's a lot of people that really just detract from things. And it might not be because they think they're negative, but whenever you don't have that group of people saying, you can do this, hey, I believe in your vision, I mean, it stunts a lot of growth. And I wanted to ask both of you, you both took a chance. Took the chance on the summit, took a chance on the book. What's it like, for all of you with your support group, with this, just talented lineup of authors now, taking the chance? What are your advice for people out there that are kind of stuck? Maybe they're kind of down and gloomy. They don't have the support system you guys have in terms of that Soul Sister group. What's your thoughts for them?
Yeah, I'll jump in and say, reach out to one of us. Mm-hmm. This is the purpose of this summit, right? Is to create a community for women who are looking for that group that they can meld with and become part of, to lift them up and help them get to that next level. We just want to, both of us together, her in the health and wellness space in the beginning, me in the mindset space in the beginning, now we're kind of both in the same space. We just want to help people, right? We've had tremendous transformation in our own lives, and we're paying it forward, right? We want others to understand that we're here for them.
Well, and I think whenever you personally experience what's possible, all you want to do is pay that forward. You want that for someone else. And for us, I mean, we both have had these incredible breakthroughs. I remember in my chapter I wrote about, this, you're not breaking down, you're breaking through. And it was just one of those things where that realization was, wow, like I am doing this, and I'm also able to show other people how to do it. And the whole feeling stuck thing, I think that was one of my big aha moments, is like, you're not stuck, girl, you're comfortable. And
that's a great point.
And once you realize, like, that's the thing, is people will sit, it doesn't matter how messy and stinky or whatever it is, they're going to sit there because it's comfortable. And so find the people who will encourage you and motivate you and inspire you and take your hand to help you step out of that and challenge and do different and new things.
Well, I mean, not only that, but be able to recognize that you're sitting in a space that's not serving you. And that's okay. We all get to that point in our lives, right? And be able to say, okay, I say this with all the love in the world, and I'm going to hold this space until you're ready to recognize it. Here's what I see, and here's what I have to offer.
Oh, girl, she knitted me so many sweaters. She's like, I'm going to knit this little sweater, and you're going to try it on. I'm like, Nina, I don't like you.
Yes, she does. She loves me dearly.
I do love you.
Well, and that's the thing, because it's a scary thing. Whenever you're getting out of the comfort zone, there's, to me, nothing more scary, because there's a lot of questions. What if I fail, fall flat on my face? And then, I learned early on, you're going to fail a lot of times. Pick yourself up and keep moving,
Well, I was going to say, Nina, I'm going to give you that one. What is failure?
Failure is nothing but feedback. And so I tell people, okay, so you're telling yourself, what if I fail? What if this doesn't make it? But what if it does succeed beyond your wildest imagination? And if you don't take the step forward, you're not going to know. And I'm not going to my grave what if in myself. I'm just not going to do it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, and that, I mean, seriously. So, I mean, look at this entire thing. What if I hadn't had the conversation with Nina on a plane to get this book rolling? What if I kept sitting in my shit to where I was like, I'm not worthy. Who am I to write a book and all the things? And so I stepped out of a very comfortable place to approach her to say, hey, I know you've done this before. And that's the thing. Find someone who has walked before you, someone who has taken the steps, so that it's not that you have to create these new steps. You're just following their path that they've already laid there. So, and that's another big reason is, all these women that are speaking, I mean, they have lived some things, and people can actually, the women in the stories, follow their steps and they will help you figure out how to get out of that comfort zone.
Well, I think that's why the book's so powerful, is because it's real. You know, it's not just some made up kind of or exacerbated thing. I mean, these are real people. These are real stories, and they're easy to connect to, because I think a lot of times, and I, you know, just from who I've talked to that's read it, I mean, there's a lot of connectivity in this correspondence and correlating, you know, from, you know, the readers' lives to a little bit of what the author of the passage or the chapter went through in that situation. You know, it's just really fascinating.
And I think everyone involved at Davis Creative, they were so wonderful. And Carol, she just had this beautiful way of allowing the authors to allow the readers to be there, to feel it, to understand and actually see themselves in that story. And I think that's the beautiful thing. And there is going to be something for everyone in there, because there are just so many different walks of life, different women, different ages, different points in their life.
Yeah, and Carol, she was our writing coach, so she was the one that helped us kind of be more eloquent in how we speak, right? Because I actually write how I speak, which sometimes isn't, you know, the most eloquent, to be honest.
Mine either.
And she actually came forward and said at one point in time that being the writing coach for all these chapters moved her.
Really?
And so for that to impact somebody who is in this space as a professional, I think that just speaks volumes of what this can do for the ordinary Joe.
To me, that's the biggest testament you could have.
Oh, absolutely. And don't think for a second I didn't jump in there and say, well, you know, when we do the next one, we would like your story to be in there.
Yeah, for sure.
Well, and now, you know, just circling back to Perfectly Imperfect, Women's Empowerment Summit, Saturday, November the 4th at Julia's Banquet Center. That's at 101 Eastgate Plaza in East Alton. And this is going to be really cool. So take me through the breakdown of this, because this is a Shabuzia one. I mean, you're starting at 8, you're ending at 2:30. What's that layout kind of look like?
We've got some speakers coming on. There'll be exercises. Some of them will have exercises along with what they're doing. Some won't. Some will just be for content, right?
Yeah.
We're going to break for lunch. There's going to be some conversation, some networking time around lunch. We're going to have a couple speakers hop on in the afternoon. Also, there's going to be, I'm not going to give away the secret. You're going to have to get your ticket. The 28 that are left.
Allegedly. We've been on the air, so who knows who bought them.
Right. And that we have an exercise at the very end that is very powerful and moving, and it will move everybody in the room.
So that exercise is something that I have worked on, and this is something that I'm so excited about, and I really hope that it's going to turn out the way I've seen it, and
it will. There's no hope. It will.
Yeah,
I like it.
Yeah. Anyway. Oh, and the biggest thing is there's going to be a fantastic opportunity to meet some of the authors.
Oh.
So our author from Canada is coming in. Our author from Japan is coming in, and then a couple other authors are going to be there, and so this may be the only opportunity to get, if someone's looking to get signatures of the authors, to get those ladies.
Yeah, for sure.
That's incredible. I mean, what I like too is the breakout and being able to ask questions and really be able to grow. I mean, because I've been to a couple of the summits and things just from, all the other stuff I used to do before media. And some of them, when they get too big, you can't ever get anything accomplished because you got 45 microphones getting tossed around you. You don't know if the one you have works, and you can't really hear. And there's all those ins and outs and components to it. But this is 100 people. I love it because you can actually get together and feed off of each other and get feedback, real feedback, and keep developing. I think this is great.
Yeah, we're looking forward to it. I will tell you that one of the speakers that we have coming in, she's actually our coach in the mindset space. Whoa. She's from Orange County, California, and she is going to do she's actually going to be doing a segment on sales, and it is phenomenal. So if you're an entrepreneur, solopreneur, a serialpreneur, whatever, and sales is your thing, which, let's face it, we're all in sales all the time, right? We're selling our kids on doing their homework. We're selling the husband on where we're going to dinner, right? We're always selling, right? She has, she's going to tell her story of how she's landed some of the largest accounts in the United States when she was in sales. So
that's just incredible. I mean, this is really cool. And, with that being said, too, I mean, just to have all these different components to it, I mean, you aren't going to get this in one spot. I mean, normally this is something you go maybe one portion of it, you go 1 week, and then you got to find another, summit. To have all this come together, was that always the vision, was to make sure you had all those components?
It was.
From the beginning, yeah.
Yeah,
it
for
was.
sure.
And I think the most beautiful thing was the fact that it just seemed so effortless that the ladies that we were looking in the spaces that we were looking for, just kind of found us.
Yeah.
And that just this whole process between the book and the conference, things you've heard me say it, doors have opened and paths have cleared, and it's just one of those things where this is going to be an amazing event. We've talked about it several times. We're like, hey, our goal is to impact one person. If one person can leave there feeling heard and valued and ready to just take on a challenge or whatever, then we have done our jobs.
It's just incredible. Hey, I wanted to circle back to something you just said about having your own mindset coaches, because to me, obviously it makes sense, because your personal trainer has his own trainer and all that. It's all about getting better each and every day. Is that, whenever you say that out loud, do you ever have people go, really, you need a mindset coach?
Oh, even the greatest of the greatest in the spaces that they're in have coaches.
Yeah.
So our mindset coach, she'll tell you she's got like 7 or 8 coaches.
Yeah.
So fascinating.
We all have coaches.
Yeah.
And, prime example, yesterday I was working with my personal trainer, and she's got me doing these I can't even, devil presses. And so I
don't even like the sound of that.
She was like, oh, I can't remember the real name. I go, the real name is This Is Bullshit. It was horrible. It was horrible. So what a devil's press is you have 2 dumbbells on the floor, and you drop down to a burpee, do a push-up, come back up, swing them, and do a press. And so by the third set of that, she's looking at me, and I'm like, I'm thinking about it. And she's like, well, thinking about it isn't going to get it done. I'm like, well, that's
moving to action, sister.
I'm like, and that's why I pay the big bucks.
Well, and I wanted to segue into it, because as you were talking just then about the coaches, what's the most powerful insight you've ever received?
Wow, there's so much. I'm going to be honest with you.
I figured,
because I come from a space where no self-worth, no self-confidence. Would I have ever written a book outside of the mindset training I've had? Absolutely not.
Really?
Right?
Oh, never.
Yeah.
Never.
So,
I would not be sitting. It's, the universe threw us together, and I would no more be sitting here. Now, here's the thing. We all have everything we need in us. It's been here this whole time. It took me getting in a space to where I learned to believe in myself, and I saw things in myself that I learned to trust and listen to. And that came about from getting around other people who just kept challenging me. And
fun fact, Tara and I went to high school together. I don't know if you know that.
No.
But we'd end up at the same house party if there was a house party happening,
Right.
but we didn't run in the same circles.
Really?
Yeah. So she found me on Facebook. She was, Facebook gives you things to follow, right? They gave me to her and her to me almost at the same time.
Yeah.
And we were really just kind of watching each other behind the scenes, not knowing we were watching each other behind the scenes. And then finally she's like, I'm just going to ask. She messaged me. She's like, what exactly is it that you do?
yeah, I was curious.
And I was like, I'm a mindset coach. Like, I went through an incredible transformation of my own. And when I say incredible doesn't even describe what I've been through. That has caused me to understand that I have something to offer the world, and by God, that's my mission, and I'm going to do it one mindset at a time.
Yeah.
And she was like, oh, we need to go have lunch.
So we met for lunch, and then this year I began the same certification that she is in.
Yep.
And so I have another class this month,
so
and then
cool.
I fly to California next month to finalize it all. And yeah, it's been a crazy few months. It's beautiful though.
And one piece of the puzzle too is we connected. I'm 50 pounds overweight, miserable in my own body, mindset coach, sit there on a daily basis. I know I'm miserable in my body. Why aren't I doing anything about it? Kind of thing, right? So when the opportunity came by to connect with her, I was like, let's do this. And so I've released 50 pounds since meeting her. And I can tell you that this, I'm not going to lie, this is a powerhouse right here.
Symbiotic relationship. Through and through.
Well, the thing of it is, we have given each other the permission to gently and
That's a good way to put it.
to just really call each other out when we see it. And that's the thing is realize that, it's huge. It's huge.
And being able to receive it and not take it personal is also a good point, a good place to be in, right?
Well, and so many people think they can take it until it happens too, and then that's a whole nother obstacle in itself.
Well, and my big Nina-ism is it's really difficult to see the label from within the jar. And so what that means, it's huge. And so we don't want to, what? It's me?
Yeah.
I'm the problem?
Everybody needs that friend that's going to pull you out of your jar once in a while and be like, hey, look at your label. What's that look like to you? Okay, let's put you back in. I'll do the work.
And then on top of that, too, whenever you're around, and I don't know if this has happened to you, but for me, when I was going through all my stuff, when I had the business and got out of it and all, ruined it myself, just completely ruined a great business, you're around people that just expect you to be that way. They don't press you. They don't challenge you. It's like, oh, that's just, CJ being CJ. Well, that's not a good answer. And so have you gone through that where you maybe were around a support group, quote unquote, that was maybe feeding you the comfortability advice?
Oh, your enablers?
Yeah. Oh, there you go. That's a better way to put it.
Yes.
Yes.
What's the hardest part of breaking through that? Because if you have enablers, they're going, hey, good job, way to sit on that couch. What's that transition to the I don't want to say hard ass, but that stern, kind of, conversation of you need to start doing something.
Well, it's building rapport.
Yeah.
Build rapport with your people and let them know that, hey, no matter what I say to you, it's from a space of love and to get you moving and to get you forward into the success that you deserve, right?
Uh-huh.
And you've got to be ready for it. Like, you've got to be in a space where you're ready to receive it, because I can tell you all day long the things that I'm going to tell you. And if you're not ready to receive it, you're going to be mad at me. You're going to think I suck. You're not going to talk to me for a while, and then something's going to happen, and you're going to come right back around. You're going to be like, you were right.
Head down, tail between your legs,
Or not, and that's fine, right? Like, everybody goes at their own speed,
True.
right?
And I think that's the biggest thing is we have to offer ourselves the same grace and love and patience as we give to everybody else.
That's the hardest part, to be honest.
Oh, it's so difficult.
Yeah.
It is so difficult because the itty bitty shitty committee's up here constantly talking about, why'd you do this? And, you should have done that. And we laugh all the time that we're going to get shirts that say quit shouldn't all over yourself.
It's true.
Because it will come up with all the reasons. Although if someone else does it or says it, we're all about,
we're cheerleading. We're in there.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yes.
Well, and as we're coming down to the end of the show today, folks, if you're just tuning in, we're talking all about this Perfectly Imperfect Women's Empowerment Summit at Julia's Banquet Center, November the 4th at 8 a.m. It lasts until 2:30 at 101 Eastgate Plaza in East Alton, and two number one international best-selling authors in studio. And with that being said, we have about a minute left. What's your takeaway? What's your elevator pitch to the audience for the last 20-ish tickets?
If you're looking for a group of women that will help raise you, lift you, you're looking for empowerment, motivation, inspiration, you're looking just to get, just to knock out 2023 well into 2024, the summit is the place for you. We've only got 28 seats left, and you have until Friday, October 27th. That's when the cutoff happens at 5 p.m.
Yeah, 5 p.m. No, I would just love, even if you're sitting there thinking, oh, this isn't for me, I'm fine where I am, I'm not really seeking growth. It's really more about that. I don't know anyone out there who does not benefit from community, who doesn't benefit from just literal other people wrapping their arms around them, supporting them, encouraging them, whatever that means to them.
Yes.
And so the thing of it is, we're not expecting people to, to get in there and then just all of a sudden run out and change the world. What we're hoping is that a teeny tiny spark is lit so that they're willing to change themselves.
Absolutely. And with that being said, that's the way we're going to wrap up the Thursday morning that was. I will see you back here Friday morning live at 9 o'clock. We have a recap of the Alton Amphitheater season, plus so much more. We'll see what other trouble I can cause. So on that note, have a great day. Enjoy the beautiful weather, but most importantly, just try your best to stay out of jail.